Today, well, not today, over this week, this period, I will be going over framework using completed by cell programs so I can help you, aka the people, understand um, bias and direction better, okay? So, this is what I sent out um, basically yesterday. All right, saw this, saw us break higher. We respected this here. So we continued higher to complete the SPY program at this liquidity. Then I wanted to see us retrace into one of two areas. This area, respecting the 0.5 to 0.75 range, or this area. I would have preferred the other area, but of course, we're only trading the AM session, right? So it just doesn't really matter anyway, because we're going to see what happens overnight. So what happened? We respected the box that I drew. So boom, I'm bullish. What am I bullish to? Complete this buy program. Okay, so we got like that liquidity, and I would say this liquidity would be what I would like look at in a sense. Oh yeah, ChatGPT help me get that on here, but and then right we have like unfilled gap, right, and then that should be good there. Okay, beautiful. So now we have targets. Then you can go into like lower time frame to get your actual framework into these targets, and right, so like just for example, right, 9:30 open right here. We already got some targets. You see us break here, break this, boom. Something like this, boom. Beautiful trading day, you're done. All right. I called out to some of my IRL friends that I was bullish to complete this buy program, of course. And then I wanted to see a retrace, which I had this marked out right in this gap here. Then we continued it, so I was bullish for Asia. And then we should, of course, come to take out this previous day high to complete this program. Then probably come into a sell program. So this would be something that I'd be like expecting, but again, I'm not really like focused on this. I'd probably see like something like this, and then like a drop, and then like some drop, like something like this would be like what I'd be looking at. Like we take out this, we come into a sell program, right? Because we kind of have to after this, at least the lower time frame one. Then we get this like Jewish fake out here at the top, and then it goes into sell program, leaving us with no retrace to leave people out. Then maybe retrace, chop up a little bit here, kind of thing. That would just be what I'm expecting. But yeah, I'll be doing like the framework now, and then I'm gonna send it to my Discord. So the people in the Discord are gonna get this early, and then you guys will get it at the end of the week, right? So you can see how I did each day, and then I'll go over like the next day. So for this day, right, I did it around here. I usually do it around Asia. I said that we would respect this, come for the liquidity and the buy program. Now, what do I expect for, tomorrow, or at least like the next like section? I would like a higher time frame here since we're rebalancing this leg overall. We did respect this buy program here, leaving this after respecting this. So in general, our draws should be these two highs here. Of course, those are about 300 points away, which isn't terrible. I think we might come bullish for these if it like over time. Right, so if I draw this out, it's like we're either gonna, what I'd expect is like, let me look for something that's at the top of this range here. Okay, boom, we got like this consolidation range here. If we break this box, we're gonna come for these highs, these like low resistance highs here. All right, one of these two. This is the start, this is the end. We're gonna come for these two highs. If we don't, we're gonna respect somewhere in this area. I mean, I could find some other like draws per se. Yeah, we should respect this. So yeah, something like this, at least. But then if we break above, then we're gonna come for this previous week high here. Okay. So this is kind of what I'm expecting. However, if we complete this buy program and start to fall, we can do a 30-minute here. On the lower time frame, I'm starting to see this. Sorry, we have this start here. So I could expect us to, maybe take a previous day high, push up a little bit, respect that box that I drew that I don't know where it went. There it is. And then come down for this here. Come take this out, then go lower. More likely, I'm expecting us to come for these highs since we had an even higher time frame objective on the 4-hour here. Right, because we've just been, chopping up. We're relatively in a choppy area, so I'd say, like, around where we're at now, we're gonna start to see some chop, most likely. Only two things that happen in point of control. You either just disrespect it completely or just respect it overly. And we're starting to chop up on it, so I can expect tomorrow to be fairly choppy. It's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, we'll see. But I think a higher time frame objective is going to be come for these highs, because this is just too low of a time frame. But yeah, same thing as I said before yesterday. This is our box. This is what we're looking for. If I see this overnight get respected, okay, 1 second. If I see this box get respected at any point in time, and then we start to push down before New York opens, let's say this is like New York open right here. If we respected this box and then we come down for New York AM, I can expect us to literally just boom, drop. Or boom, then drop. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So one of these two, New York AM manipulation, then distribution for these two draws here. Draw here. Draw here. But this is what's nice about not having to worry about the overnight session, because you can literally just see what happened overnight. Boom, base it off that. Just like I did yesterday. Based it off that. Boom. Okay, we're going to come for higher draws. Now let's find our higher draws. We have this 1 hour unfilled gap. Okay. This gap's literally just magnets, bro. Just straight up magnets. I think from this higher time frame, we do have these discounted highs, right? I talked about this in one of the other public videos. I think I talked about it in the complete buy and sell program video. We have this discounted high here, so this down a little bit. I would say that this is more like the refined box that I'm looking for here. Okay. So I will leave you with this. This will be the screenshot that I will send. Okay. It will be like this. Break above, top level. Expecting this more. Go for the low resistance draws above, which will be these two. Boom. Boom. Okay. Then if we respect the box overnight, red lines. Okay. And then, like, there can be like other like lower time frame draws. Like I could expect probably 30-minute. So yeah, there's nothing really here. Okay. I'm gonna take a screenshot on this. Bang. That's gonna go to the cord. As far as the YouTube video goes, you guys will see what happens at the end of the week. I'm gonna update it tomorrow, and it should make sense, everything that basically happens. Thank you for watching. All right, so as you can see, this is what happened here. Right, break above the box, as we just went over in the previous clip. We didn't see that. We saw rejection. So what did I expect for New York AM? Here, I dropped down to these lows. So boom, we had to drop down to these lows, just like I said, basically, because we had this, so we had to come down for these lows. Okay, now I'm gonna reset that. So I got it right yesterday, got it right today. Now I'm gonna do it for tomorrow. Okay, so just a bit of like technical analysis, I suppose. Again, we have this range, so this is looking like we're making like this kind of shape to push up higher. So if I draw my tool, right, all this really was to me, draw it out here, is we're seeing a little bit of the respect of this range here. I would not be surprised if we came for this though. Or I guess that's filled now. Okay. Let me think here. Sometimes it's not always the easiest. It's not here to be, sometimes the easiest. But what I did notice at this high is it looks like we respected this pretty well with volume. So I would not be surprised if we actually came down for this low to take out, this liquidity and maybe some even higher time frame draws. Yeah, but these draws are really far away, I'd say, our next ones. So if I take this here, okay, around 400 points, I'd say that's, in a sense, still doable. I mean, I'm looking at like kind of like higher time frame, which I don't think that we're going to get down here, considering if we look at this, right? Like, let's look at our old pattern. Okay, price is going to tend to repeat itself. We made kind of like a pattern like this. We saw this fall, then a retrace, so fall, retrace. So I don't know if these are going to be all that doable. I don't really see us coming back down to 23.7. I'd say this low here is going to tell us our story overnight. Okay, this low here is going to be kind of the same thing. Break. I'll just name it this low. Break. Okay, if we break this low, then I think we'll probably come for this overnight. Okay, let me see if I can find any other draws that are in between these points here that might be a little more doable. Okay, something I notice here is this low, which is going to be a little more doable there. I think that's definitely a lot more possible here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'd say that these are our main draws here. So if we break this low here overnight, I think we might come for this draws. However, I think if we break this box here, right here, so I'm looking at really particularly two ranges. Is going to be this old range here to see if we respect this. So I'd say if we respect this box here, this is going to be hard to break because this is farther than this. So I think tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, I think we might see a lot of chop tomorrow, to be fair, because if we don't, as long as if we come up, we're getting put right back in all this chop here. So what I definitely could see tomorrow doing is going to be possibly something like this, where we come in here and then just chop all AM, and then probably PM something happen, like a breakout of these ranges, and then ultimately come for, these draws up here. So really, again, it's kind of just that breakout range. Like whatever I see overnight, I'm probably going to expect to continue this time again. But yeah, these are pretty far because, right, this is probably like 600 points or so away. Fuck. Yeah. So I'd say here, we're probably going to come up to this area, I'd assume, and then we'll probably chop around in here. Like people are going to get faked out in this order block kind of area. But I would say that this area we have here is a very key area. So I could definitely see, like, look, if we come into this area, this is 4-hour chart. I'd say if you get like a 2-hour like CISD to the downside, we could definitely come for this low. Like this will be probably a key area that will most likely hold, I'd say. Right smack dab up there. Okay. So I know this is like a little technical and a little intuition based, but essentially what I'm looking for here is a break above this level here. And then I'm expecting us to probably hold one of these areas, which is why I want to see this low get breaking overnight, and then probably something will get decent PA. But I think if we come up overnight, we're just not going to see good PA. And that is based off the fact that we're basically entering back into where a lot of these people are buying at. And I think very, very soon, not like very soon, but of course, because it's a higher time frame, soon enough, you guys will know when it happens. We're going to see just a freaking crazy breakout of one of these ranges here. And then we're either going to, go really high or go really low. That's the thing that I like about, having like a higher time frame, or sorry, not really looking for like a strict bias, is like, dude, just follow what price action is doing. I'm literally waiting for one of these things to happen. Okay, look, our key area is also sitting right inside of this 1 hour. Yeah. Okay, see, that makes it even better. Yeah, definitely watch out for this area. We could definitely reject this area here before coming for these highs. But right now, I'm literally just not really seeing any complete buy or sell program, just because of the chop that we're seeing. So I'm expecting tomorrow to be choppy if we come up. If we come below, I think we should kind of flush through to these lows, but just because there's not really any like past stuff, right? We get chop around this area, but yeah, so that's going to be my analysis, is going to be break this high. We're probably going to be bullish up to here and then most likely chop before picking an actual true direction. Or we break this low and then we'll probably flush through to these lows. I don't know if that'll all happen in one day. Of course, we'll update tomorrow and see. But yeah. Again, it's just break lower. 822. Okay, then we'll probably break this 822 box, which is this here. And then we'll come up for this key area and most likely chop around before picking if we want these draws, or reject and come for these draws. And I'll probably expect that to happen later in the day rather than AM. So yeah, hopefully that gives some insight. Be able to see a little better in hindsight tomorrow what actually happened and kind of learn from that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and screenshot this, and I will see you guys for the update in the next clip. All right, so I It's hella late at night. I knew I said I was gonna get out this video today for some people, so I'm about to edit this. It's like 12 at night, and I'm beat, and my voice is probably a little scratchy because I've been screaming. But, okay, so in the previous clip, break this low, comfort lower draws. Okay, so this is Friday. I know I said I was gonna go over Thursday, but I'm not gonna lie, I was tired as hell. Um, plus it didn't like do anything. As I said, I'm pretty sure. I mean, you guys probably just heard in the other clip. For me, it's been like 2 days, but I'm pretty sure I called out that we were gonna chop AM and then probably expand PM. Right? I'm like 80% sure that's what I said. Um, and that's essentially what happened. We chopped AM, pushed PM, but that doesn't really matter because nothing happened. Yes, we technically broke this low on the 1 hour time frame, but one thing I'm glad that this happened because one thing I want to explain, I was not bearish this day. I was chopped this day. I was like, okay, we're gonna chop this day, or if anything, I was a little more bullish, just because you will know when the break is happening. Okay, this break was happening at like 8 o'clock. Yeah, right before 9 o'clock open, which was New York on this candle here. Um, you just that'll come with like intuition stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, that is just not happening. Okay, whereas this day we broke it at around 6 a.m. and then here comes the 9 a.m. candle. Okay, I was like, okay, we're gonna complete the sell program, which I called these lows that I had marked out here. Right, so break the 882. We broke it at this 5 a.m. here. Um, and just to like explain, a price action doesn't have to like happen the next day. It just happens whatever it is. It's something that's based off complete price. It's not based off time. So um yeah, so we saw the price happened here. We came for these draws. We rejected off this last draw. So now we just gotta wait for the new week opening gap. Then guess what? Just resets. Then we're just gonna keep on going. So that's how I pretty much predicted this entire week's price action. You can say what you want, potato, or like, I didn't fully do it, whatever. You can say whatever you want. I'd say, I mean, I called it out. I don't think I did Monday, even though Monday was obviously bullish just because we had to come fill this gap, is what I would have been bullish for. These highs here to complete this sell program, 100% sure of it. Not even like hindsight. It's just kind of obvious that we were going to come fill this at least. Those would be like my 3 draws here, here, here. Can't remember if I did Monday. But then, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, I basically predicted the chop. I said it in the video. And then Friday, boom, actually completed what I was hoping for. So that's how you guys can use buy and sell programs to understand. I think that this might be a little longer video just because I have to like chop everything together. I need to get editing to it right now, and it's freaking late at night. This video will probably be out by like 12:30 my time or 1 a.m. my time, but I want to get out for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I would really, really appreciate a like and subscribe to the channel. Put some good work into this video, and I'm giving it a lot of like free sauce, I suppose. I will reference the complete buy and sell program video. It is the first video on my channel, and I hope that you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.